Welcome back to another deep dive. Today, we're digging into some really baffling source material. It's about an individual named Ghazala Din, and she represents this, well, unique and frankly unsettling kind of deception.
Right.
The real puzzle here, the thing we want to unpack, is how someone can be so manipulative, but also, according to the source, genuinely believe their own elaborate stories. So our mission is to try and understand this Ghazala Din phenomenon. What does it actually mean when someone seems to live inside their own constructed reality?
And what's so striking right from the start is how the source describes the insidious way this deception begins.
I saw.
It paints Ghazala Din as, incredibly engaging, someone who just effortlessly gets people to trust her.
Okay.
The source details how she'd sit with you, smoke with you, drink with you. It creates this picture of an almost immediate, intense bond.
Yeah, false intimacy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this ease with crossing boundaries, it's flagged immediately by the source as a critical warning sign, but one that's really hard to spot at first.
And the source describes a pattern it's just astonishing. The level of intimacy, the lack of boundaries. It talks about how she'd embed herself deeply in people's lives using really personal, even sexual intimacy to gain control.
It's quite explicit.
It is. It mentions specific acts, saying she would suck your cock and sleep with you. Now, this level of, let's call it engagement, it's not just about trust, is it? It feels like it's about completely dismantling someone's defenses.
Absolutely. It shows the extreme lengths of the infiltration. It's profound manipulation, emotional and psychological.
Right.
And that rapid shift the source talks about, going from that intense closeness to this stark warning, turn around, she'll be one of those, watch yourself.
Yeah.
That reveals the strategic nature of it, but maybe for her it's also self-deceptive. The source kind of implies she's playing by her own internal rules,
Okay, and this is where it gets really interesting for you, our listener. The source makes this, frankly, astonishing claim that she believes in her own lies.
Which is hard to wrap your head around.
Totally. And it stresses how futile it is to try and reason with someone like that. It says, when a person starts believing in their own lies, you can't do nothing with them. They're already forgotten. And then adds, too far gone, isn't it? So I have to ask, how do we even differentiate that from just, conscious, deliberate lying? Is there some kind of psychological line being crossed?
That's the core question, isn't it? The source suggests we're looking at something, well, maybe beyond simple dishonesty.
Okay.
It hints at a kind of profound self-deception, maybe something like confabulation, where someone unconsciously creates false narratives. But here, it seems pushed into a whole fabricated reality.
Constructed reality, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When the source uses that phrase, constructed reality, it paints a picture of someone who isn't just telling lies, but is genuinely operating from an internal story that just overrides any external facts.
So logic doesn't work.
Right. It makes her sort of impervious to logical arguments because in her world, her internal narrative is the absolute truth. This too far gone state suggests maybe a complete break from shared reality.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it, how often we might just dismiss genuine self-delusion as, simple dishonesty.
It's a disturbing...
And it's not just about the deceiver herself, is it? It's about the absolutely devastating impact on the people caught in her orbit. The source even gives this really vivid example of that lasting impact. There's an individual mentioned who's still so consumed by it all that they're making plans to visit the area where she used to live.
On a Monday, yeah.
On a Monday, specifically promising to call someone back around 10 o'clock in the night to find out more. I mean, what does that desperate search for answers tell us?
Well, that detail, planning to go back to her old neighborhood, it speaks volumes. It really shows the deep, lasting psychological residue left behind by someone like Ghazala Din.
It's more than just tangible loss.
Oh, definitely. It's not just about money or whatever. It's about this profound need people have to somehow reconcile what they went through with the reality of this person's profound self-deception.
A need for closure.
Yeah, almost an obsessive need for clarity, for closure, even if ultimately it might be impossible to get that from someone who genuinely believes their own fabricated truth.
So wrapping this up, what does this deep dive really mean for you listening? We've looked at this source material on Ghazala Din, and it gives us this, vivid and pretty disturbing glimpse into a very specific kind of deception.
Right.
One where the deceiver is described as essentially inhabiting their own falsehoods,
Yeah.
believing their own lies.
And the insights really underscore the unique challenge you'd face encountering someone like that. Someone who not only manipulates, but is seen as being, too far gone in their self-deception.
Yeah.
It really pushes us to think about trust and just understanding the basics of human behavior.
So for you, our listener, here's the provocative thought to leave you with. If someone truly believes their own lies to the point where they're completely embedded in a fabricated reality,
Oh.
well, how do you even navigate that?
You interact.
Exactly. What does it teach us about how fluid truth and belief can actually be? And maybe more importantly, how do we protect ourselves from getting tangled up in such complex psychological webs?